My goal here is simple. Funner for everyone.
Hey, Jane, you having fun?
Woo!
Is that legal?
Because around here, funner is a state of mind.
Good morning, Laker fans. Happy Friday. Thank you very much for being a part of Lakers Talk Daily here on ESPN LA's YouTube page. Please subscribe to the channel. Quick shout out here. Thank you to Harris Resort SoCal, a great partner on 710 ESPN, obviously a great partner here at Lakers Talk Daily. Find your funner state of mind with a visit to Harris Resort SoCal, voted best resort in funner California. By the way, just 2 hours away from downtown Los Angeles. From dining to unwinding, you'll find fun around every corner. Learn more at harrissocal.com. Again, that website, harrissocal.com. 2 hours away from downtown LA, beautiful North San Diego. Great place for a staycation. Okay, got a couple things I want to get into. First off, just real quick, Lakers over the Pacers last night, 112-111. Not really sure how the Lakers won that game, to be honest with you. Fourth quarter, they were really good on the defensive side. That's really how they won the game. But they dug themselves a hole. Most of that game, the Pacers had, I want to say, I'm not kidding you, Pacers had the lead for 46 of the 48 minutes. Bron hit a three, Lakers went up two. It was the first lead they had, and it was the biggest lead that they would have in the game. And then Buddy Hield came right back and hit a three. Pacers went back up by one. It kind of went a little bit back and forth. Pat Bev missed a couple of big free throws, but Lakers got that defensive stop that they needed. They win the game against the Pacers. So I just want to update one thing on the standings, and then I got a quote that I want to read off from Anthony Davis, and then some more trade rumors around the Lakers. Okay, so first things first, NBA standings. I know this sounds ridiculous that I'm bringing this up, but I'm going to bring it up anyways. The Lakers did move up one spot in the Western Conference standings. They went from 13th to 12th, damn it, all the way up to 12th. Lakers moved ahead of the Oklahoma City Thunder literally by the smallest margin of percentage points that you possibly can. But I don't care. I'm looking for something positive here. Lakers did move up to 12, so they're obviously on a little two-game winning streak here. What's interesting is now one game out of the play-in tournament, and the teams that they have in front of them, they're going to play here all before the All-Star break. So the Lakers have a game against the Pelicans coming up on Saturday. I want to say the last game before the All-Star break will be against the Pelicans as well, so they're going to face them twice. We know what's going on in New Orleans. They've lost 10 in a row. Zion 100% showing his value to that organization. They've just completely gone a downward spiral. I know they got the Blazers on a road game coming up. They got the Warriors coming up. So the three teams in front of them, the Blazers, the Pelicans, and the Warriors, Lakers face before the All-Star break. So that could be either really good news or it could be bad news because you're moving one direction or the other. So we'll see what happens on that front. Anthony Davis had a quote after the game yesterday and said, "We don't want to be in the play-in tournament." So really what he's implying or what he's talking about is wanting to finish with the 6th seed or higher. Okay, let me just say this. 6th seed right now is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they have a 2.5 game lead on the Lakers. Nothing crazy. Nothing. I think we all would agree that the Western Conference, a lot of average teams, a lot of teams out there that once you start looking like, oh, you know what, maybe they're starting to turn things around. The Warriors have lost 2 in a row. The Clippers blow that big lead against the Bucks yesterday. The Pelicans, I mentioned, lost 10 in a row. Do you really have faith in the Blazers or the Timberwolves or the Mavs who, I don't know if Luka's going to miss some extended time, but I know he got injured yesterday as well, left the game. So a lot of teams in front of the Lakers, but for me, when I hear Anthony Davis say we want to be a part of that top 6, listen, Laker fans, it's going to be very simple. Either they start moving up the standings because they're winning games and they're starting to play better basketball and they're not putting themselves in a spot like the Knicks game, like the Pacers game, where they could have easily lost both of those games. Until they start playing basketball, I'm not going to believe that top 6 unless you start seeing the Los Angeles Lakers walking in and out of games and saying, that's a good brand of ball, and that team's going to be a problem as the season progresses. You can't depend on other squads to lose right now, and of course, nobody wants the Lakers depend on other teams to try to move up the standings. It helps. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't let that happen. but that can't be the foundation of how the Lakers are moving up. You're going to have to, at some point, win 8 of 10, win 7 of 8, win 5 in a row. You're going to need one of those runs. And for those who don't know, because I'll point it out here real quick, I got the schedule in front of me. The games before the All-Star break, Pelicans, OKC, Milwaukee, Golden State, Portland, and New Orleans. 5 of those 6 games are against teams that are right ahead of you or right below you. So if there's a time to kind of make a move, this is the time. And again, we're not talking about you're going on the road to Boston or, these incredibly tough matchups. Lakers should be expected to win some of those games, but expecting to win and actually winning are 2 very, very different things. Quick shout out here from the Riverside County Sheriff Department.
I'm Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco. Are you satisfied with a job, or are you looking for an exciting career? If you think you have what it takes, I have a tan and green uniform with your name on it. Come and get it.
All right, the Riverside County Sheriff Department is hiring for 911 dispatchers, deputy sheriff, correctional deputies, and other support services. You could apply online today at joinrsd.org, joinrsd.org. Again, if this is something that you think applies to you, that you think is of interest, just go to the website. Go get some more information, joinrsd.org. Thank you for their partnership. Okay, last thing that I want to get into, well, 2 quick things I want to get into. First off, Bron is down to 63 points. Bron needs 63. He's probably going to break it against the Oklahoma City Thunder or against the Milwaukee Bucks next week. And, it's funny, when I kind of look at that, however that lays out, whoever he ends up doing it against, go look at the ticket prices. Dang. Why were we not buying tickets 2 weeks ago? What were we doing here, Laker fans? What the heck were we doing? But it's going to get done, and I think it will be kind of a relief. It gets done, and everybody just kind of moves on from it, and then he just starts piling on points, and the Lakers try to make a playoff run. So it's coming. It's going to be in the next few games, no question about it. At least, at the latest, that Milwaukee game next Thursday, it will get done. That's assuming he obviously plays in the next 3 games or so. Latest on the trade rumors, I saw this morning, that the Lakers and the Jazz have had talks about Russell Westbrook, just kind of exploratory talks, I guess is the term that they describe it. That's coming from Chris Haynes of Bleacher Report. I'm a big fan of Chris Haynes. When he talks, I listen. I think that guy's got incredible connections and incredible relationships around the league. Here's just kind of the mix of it. We know that the players that the Utah Jazz would be willing to give up and the players that they would not be willing to give up. Lauri Markkanen's not going to be in no trade. I know there's a couple other young players that they have that won't be a part of a trade as well. So really what you're looking at Mike Conley, you're looking at Malik Beasley, you're looking at Jordan Clarkson. Those are the type of players that you would get back in some type of a deal for in Utah. And I think the Russ thing is becoming more and more interesting. How much do you really see yourself using Russ at the end of games, and how much do you see yourself using Russ in the playoffs? And if you don't think that, it's obviously a ton or he's not going to have this huge impact, then maybe the Lakers, if that asking price were to come down a little bit as far as what that draft compensation is, maybe they do go out and make a deal. We saw this, another trade idea. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. John Hollinger, The Athletic, talking about a package in Toronto for Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr., but they'd be asking for both of those first-round picks. So I think Laker fans, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know if something will get done. I don't know if it'll be a blockbuster like that, but still now 6 days left before the NBA trade deadline. Maybe the Lakers do make some kind of a move and try to improve this roster. But they got an interesting roster. Last night was a good example. Rui was actually on the bench for the final few minutes of the game. Lonnie Walker, his minutes are down a ton. Thomas Bryant, his minutes are down a ton. What are you going to do when Austin Reeves comes back? So they got a lot of players that, you're going to have to tighten your rotation. You're not going to go 10, 11, 12 deep in the playoffs. So we'll see if that has any impact to what the Lakers' decisions are. Laker fans, hope you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully by the time we come back and chat on Monday, the Lakers will have gone 3-2 on their road trip. They have to. They really do. Go take advantage of a Pelicans team that's lost 10 games in a row. Make sure that you make it 11. Lake fans, thank you for being a part of the show. Please subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have a good weekend.